the UK will continue to be a junior partner in its relationship with the US post-Brexit as it competes with the EU for American attention. According to one expert, the UK had hoped to secure a free trade agreement, FTA, with the US after Brexit, with closer trading arrangements with Britain's partner across the Atlantic long being one of the main selling points of Brexit, including Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who said the UK was first in line to do a great trade deal with the Trump administration. But those hopes seem to have been dashed by the election of Democrat President Joe Biden, who will take office on January 20 alongside his Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. The UK had been closing in on a deal with Mr. Trump, who is fiercely opposed to the European Union, EU, and strongly in favor of Brexit. But Mr. Biden said in an interview his priorities will be to improve investment in US manufacturing and the protection of American workers, rather than diving into an FTA with the UK. President-elect Biden said, "I'm not going to enter any new trade agreement with anybody until we have made major investments here at home and in our workers and in education." And according to Dr. Tom Newhouse from the University of Derby, the UK will continue to be a junior partner to the US despite hopes of a strengthened, equalized relationship with its American counterpart. Speaking to Express.co.uk, Dr. Newhouse said, "There has been a special relationship between the US and the UK for at least a century, which has meant that the two countries have been regarded as particularly close. However, this relationship has almost always been much more important to the UK than the US. Since the end of the Second World War, Britain has always been the junior partner in this relationship." In addition, President-elect Biden is likely to be on better terms with the European Union and seek to trade with the 27-state bloc than he is with the UK. Mr. Trump's support for Brexit and lack of concern for the Good Friday Agreement gave the UK a boost to adopt a hardline approach with the EU, relying on a deal with the US instead. But Mr. Biden clearly takes a very different view, as he showed during his election campaign when he backed the Irish government following the revelation of the controversial internal market bill. The president-elect and Democrat Party warned they would not support a UK-US trade deal unless the withdrawal agreement was maintained, therefore safeguarding Irish domestic interests. It is also worth noting the strength of the special relationship between the US and UK has often been over-exaggerated. Until Mr. Trump, US policy favored EU multilateralism over bilateral preferences, which, ironically, was a determining factor in Britain's decision to join the EU in 1963. But it's not to say Mr. Biden will completely abandon the UK in its plight to secure an FTA. Former American ambassador to the EU Anthony Gardner recently told an audience in Germany that while Brexit was bad, Mr. Biden valued the transatlantic relationship between America and Britain. Mr. Gardner said, "Donald Trump has only believed the US-UK link was important. He was a cheerleader for Brexit. Joe Biden believes the triangle of relationships, US-UK, UK-EU, US and EU, all have to work together." Dr. Newhouse concluded, Joe Biden is likely to be on friendlier and more cooperative terms with the EU than Donald Trump has been. This does not mean, however, that he will want to damage relations with the UK. From the point of view of the US, it should be possible to maintain a positive relationship with both the UK and EU. The real question is whether the UK government will be willing to acknowledge it will now be competing for American attention with the EU, and whether it will be able to adapt its negotiating strategy accordingly.